Forest is an incredible community. It's a very small town in southwestern Ontario, salt of the earth people, a community that loves hockey and that I was fortunate to grow up in. That place is like where my hockey dreams were born. The best thing about it are the people, the friendships, and the sense of community that starts at the rink and always ends at the rink.
Tyler started in hockey probably when he was a baby, watching the Maple Leafs play with his dad sitting on his knee, but his sister she actually played ringette and then moved over to hockey. So he was a rink rat. We pulled him around the arenas and he wanted to be on the ice too. So he started skating probably at 2.5, and then he started junior tyke hockey when he was 3.5 and just went from there. He loved it.
We took him to the arena and started skating, and then he jumped right in at about a year younger than a lot of his other players that he was playing with, and took to it and learned to skate real quick. Picked up the game very fast.
I was fortunate that my parents both loved the game, especially my dad, and I grew up just down the street from the rink, walking distance. Always had a backyard rink during the winters when winters were cold enough at that time. And it starts just as something that's fun to do. You fall in love with all the senses, the sounds, the sight, the skill and the speed that's involved. And then you meet the very best people that you'll ever come across. And those relationships and friendships that you build just start to flourish, and your love for the game continues to grow, and mine certainly did. And then as life moves on, it just becomes more and more important in so many ways. It becomes a venue for life. And that started just in that local community rink and in my backyard, and has grown immensely over the 27 years that I've been fortunate enough to play.
Tyler's cancer journey probably began in the fall of September 2009. He was starting grade 10, I believe, yeah. And he'd started phys ed. They were doing sprints up and down the hill, and he started complaining about his shin hurt. And that spring he had broke his ankle playing hockey and was in a cast, so we just assumed, maybe that was a little remnant from that. Never paid much attention to it. And then his first tournament, he was in Toronto playing, I think it was the first game, second period, he went into the boards and didn't even, go in hard or anything. There was a couple other guys from the other team went in with them, and all of a sudden Tyler's crawling around the ice. He had broke his leg, his tibia and fibula. So we had to take him to the hospital and come back and to London, and he had surgery and had a rod inserted. But it was a few months after that, that was in September, so it was January. His leg was healing and everything. He was almost ready to get back to hockey, and we went to his last appointment with this doctor, and there was about 4 inches of his bone missing. It had just been eaten away. A matter of 6 weeks, I think it was, from his last x-ray, this had happened. So within days, we knew it was cancer, and it was above his knee, so the doctors knew he would have to have his leg amputated.
Tyler's diagnosis rocked him. I mean, it's pretty shocking when your dream of playing in the NHL is no longer a reality, but it didn't take long before he found his new path in life and found a new way forward and a new way to play hockey.
My first discovery of parahockey came while in the hospital. It was during the Vancouver Paralympic Games, and that was my introduction. At that time, I was still convinced that my path in able-bodied hockey wasn't over. And so, as time progressed, and after my amputation, and I regained my health and began the rehab process, I quickly learned that that wasn't necessarily going to happen.
Tyler got involved in parahockey with the encouragement of a former coach, and he encouraged Tyler to try the sport and then see if he liked it, and it was an immediate that he found the challenge of first all being able to just sit up in the sled and a whole new aspect to the game of hockey and a new skill set of having to be ambidextrous and shoot with both hands as well as propel yourself on the ice.
I began in London in 2011, basically as early as I possibly could, and was quickly introduced to a sport that I thought I'd be really good at to begin with, and was very humbled to understand the challenges that were ahead of me, but it was a new opportunity to play a sport that I love and try and earn a spot to compete for Team Canada. As soon as I started to meet people around the sport and learn more about it and learn that in parahockey, the Paralympics are the pinnacle of the sport, and Team Canada in parahockey is the highest level you can get to. Like, that was a no-brainer for me, and without hesitation, it became this pretty ambitious goal that I started to map out and reverse engineer and try to figure out as quickly as possible how I'd find my way there.
La passe devant le tir et on marque. Oh! Quel tir encore une fois, et McGregor.
This is a dream come true to have the opportunity now since 2012-13 to be 30 years old now and still playing for Team Canada, a sport that I started when I was 3 just as this fun little hobby. It's taken me around the world. It's introduced me to the most incredible people. It's allowed me a sense of purpose and sort of this venue for life that teaches you so much that I don't know if I would have learned outside of this sport.
Hang around the game long enough, you get to be part of special things sometimes, right? Special night tonight. Where's our captain?
His legacy in parahockey will be more than just being a great player on the ice, but also everything that he's done off the ice, whether that be his involvement with different charitable organizations like Make-A-Wish, Terry Fox Foundation, and Child Can, but also just increasing accessibility of sports for everyone and really growing parasport.
I think he chooses to give back just because of the support he received himself when he was at the lowest point in his life. He had the whole town, people from coast to coast supporting him, strangers he didn't know. He had a lot of people supporting him, and I think his motivation now is to give back.
We are chasing the opportunity to go to World Championships and go to the Paralympics and go win gold. And I think within every win, there's so much more than just that gold medal. There's the opportunity to impact the community that you're in, the people around you, then in turn inspire more kids within that local community to participate in sport. I have so much love and admiration for Forest, and I hope I do a good job of representing them on the global stage.